Los Sueños has a funny way of driving people to insanity. If you find that your life is falling down a literal hellhole, one might refer you to a therapist, or maybe even to get some exercise. But in Los Sueños, they seem to fancy a different approach. One that may temporarily make you feel good within, and may even make your money problems disappear, at the expense of your dignity, your sanity, and the people closest to you. But that part of the story has been told already. So this is what you missed in Meteor Knot's mission, Twisted Nerve. Upon arriving to the scene, the first thing you'll be greeted with are all the telltale signs that you are absolutely not in a safe and high-income neighborhood. An abundance of garbage in the streets, shoes dangling from power lines, graffiti slandering the boys in blue, abandoned vehicles, picket signs, things that will soon become all too familiar in this city. If you take a look at the big old sign above your head, it reads, Echoes Laundromat. You'll see that it's out of business and that it likely has been for a long time. And if you take an even closer look, a written message will present itself. Good luck, 213 Park. Making our way into the parking lot, we see more trash, this time including old washers and dryers. These things are bead busted and disgusted. Off in the corner is a rather eerie drawing, a spider with people for legs. When you arrive to the front door of the facility, you are hit with a plethora of warning signs, asbestos, followed by a bunch of signs telling me to basically walk the other way. A sign that reads, going out of business, property for lease, and contact information. Now I don't know this Courtney, but she's out of her mind if she thinks people would pay for this thing that used to be a laundromat. The interior of this place is as I thought it would be. A state of decay, paint peeling off of the walls like a witch when you throw water on them. Leaking pipes, condoms, I'm guessing for said leaky pipes. There seems to be purposely broken washing machines, and next to them, a message. Te alotamos, te alimentamos, haces lo que decimos. Soap dispensers, in particular, True White. And that's not the only True White that this map has to offer. Sorry. In the opposite corner, missing person posters. But here is where it gets interesting. Take a look at the dates in particular. If you add both of these individuals' current age to their date of birth, you'll find that Twisted Nerve supposedly takes place in 2050. Keep this in mind for the future. Moving along now to the back area, you'll find that there's not very much to see here besides the walls, which are covered from head to toe in graffiti. The bathroom is probably the cleanest one on this map, but that's not saying much. Moving over to the front counter, on the wall, a message can be seen. A message which states, I gave this place everything, and it kept everything. There's also a crime alert warning on the wall, and an objective item on the counter. Now leaving the laundromat, there are two large staircases that you can choose to get to the main road. One of them displaying a Day of the Dead mural, and the other one, for reasons I will not disclose, do not choose to utilize. Once you, as the new kids would say, pull up on their block, you are greeted with a garage and more stairs. Walking through the garage, I see nothing notable. And when you exit the garage, you guessed it, more stairs. At the front door, there will be a doormat, and it says, just so you're aware, there's a lot of boys in here. And when looking up from that mat, remember to smile, because you are on camera. Actually, make that 2 cameras. Upon entering what's left of this home, we can see that the condition of it is even worse than the laundromat. Inside this bedroom isn't very notable, except for this magazine talking about how the row is one of the most dangerous suburbs in Los Sueños. In the conjoining room, a drawing can be found on the wall with that creature from outside being restrained by something else. Now there's not much to see inside of the living room. However, when you take a step inside of this bedroom, you'll find magazines on the floor and on the mattress, 2 in particular, one referencing US airstrikes in Yemen, and the other one, week 35 of the trash walk-off. There's nothing left for us on the first floor that we haven't already seen, so let's go upstairs. Kids' toys can be found in various corners of the hallway. In this bedroom, messages can be found written on the wall saying, dig, dig, where is drain? followed by a tunnel illustration on the bed. Dig, dig, we're close. And I see it. Follow the insect. Inside of the closet, we see the same message, along with an illustration of the thing they could be following. In the bathroom, we see the same message all over the wall, but this time it's accompanied by Need Christina. Christina being a street term for methamphetamine. Directly in the next room and on the floor, we can find eviction notices from 2013 written out to the tenant Jane Sanso. In the next room, more images of these demon-looking creatures on the wall, and a scratched out message underneath. These fucking voices inside my head. A surveillance area, which controls the cameras we were able to be seen from earlier. Snapshots of people they've never seen before, who they suspect to be undercover cops. And a picture identifying a man as Adam Sadalich, 1300 Alameda, North Hills. A magazine detailing how the trash buildup has attracted many rodents. Behind me, a whiteboard, a message saying no entrar, and a note. Los Locos rules. Pay your dues, no stealing. Don't tell anyone what we do. Don't fuck around. Solamente con paquetes del cocinero, a list of people living here. And finally, who owes money? The note reads, manténgase fuera de esta habitación a menos que lleve los paquetes de los cocineros. Excluir. In this bathroom, you'll find a lot of meth, and inside of this office area, another whiteboard and a lot of money. And remember to smile, because you're on camera. 2, actually. On the wall is a map of a marked location and the drainage system that they're digging for. In this next room, the first thing you'll see is this mattress, overhead labeled Angie. On the dresser, a letter from a debt collector to Derek Yu, and a rather large drawing of that thing. Now, the first thing you may notice when you walk into this room is the incapacitated child on the bed. But let's not focus on the child for a second. Take a look around the room. It's clean, way cleaner than the rest of the house, or maybe even the rest of the neighborhood. But back to the child, who I believe her name is Molly. Molly's been through some very tough times. 10 seconds inside of this room will tell you everything you need to know. From what I can tell, Molly, who seems to be an innocent girl, abused, beaten, and more. Moving now to the tunnel area of the map, we can see illustration on the wall. I see it, follow the insect, and a map looking for the drain. Inside of the tunnel, there's not very much to see, except for this closet with more illustrations on what could be the insect that they're following. When you make your way out of the tunnel on the other side, you'll find yourself in another house that's abandoned with the same message, dig, dig, need Christina. Skipping over the meth house and going straight to its backyard, there's not much to see, a shipping crate, a pool, and a dog, a deceased dog. So what does all of this mean? I'm pretty certain that meth cooking, using, distributing, and money laundering are taking place under these roofs, under the control of Los Locos. A quick Google search tells me that Los Locos are a gang involved in illicit weapon and drug trades, and also have ties with Mexican cartels. And the drain that they're digging for, based on this map, runs outside of the city, probably to Mexico. It could be possibly a way to smuggle weapons and drugs undetected under the border. Maybe even people. As for the dog's death, considering there are no visible wounds on the outside of their body, I'm gonna guess that they were either poisoned or starved from neglect. The date of this event is more than likely a mistake if I had to guess. Perhaps Void wanted the game to take place in the future, but changed their mind over time and forgot to change the posters with it. My reasoning for this belief is that the same Trash Walk-Off magazine appears in another map that is confirmed to take place in 2022. That video coming soon. With all that being said, stay sober and stay safe.